you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love.
Good morning, guys. Busy day today. Early morning. I had to get up at 6:30. Took every freaking thing in me to actually get up. But I have a doctor's appointment at 8 a.m. today. Went to my mom's house for my birthday dinner yesterday with them. So she cooked for us and opened a few gifts. And the girls stayed over there last night so that they would be taken care of today for me to go to my appointment. And Jace also has an appointment today. Me having an 8 a.m. appointment was obviously too early for me to drop them off before my appointment, so they just stayed last night. And I'll have to go get them later. And I have a long day ahead of me. So hopefully I don't end up getting pissed off at this doctor's appointment and they actually listen. And I mean, I don't really know what they're gonna listen about. But when I made this appointment forever ago, it was because of those stomach issues that I kept having that I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about a bunch. But I actually haven't had that pain come back in a few months now, which I mean, it's good. I don't know. Doesn't really help me to understand like why they were happening in the first place and like what possibly changed for them to get better or whatever. Besides that, I have been wondering if I maybe have thyroid issues because like hypo, whichever one isn't underactive, I think it's hypo. Thyroidism runs in my family a bit, and I've just been feeling like I've maybe have it too because of like how hard it's been for me to lose weight probably ever since I was pregnant with Ashlyn, and just how like puffy my face is and like how puffy all of this is. And I'm wondering if like my thyroid is swollen down here. You're supposed to be able to do that swallow test, but I don't really know what qualifies as swollen. Like maybe it is, maybe it's not, I don't know. But I guess I don't really have high hopes that this doctor is really going to be able to do much for me. It's mostly just like a checkup type thing, like weight, blood pressure, all that basic stuff. I'll tell them what I've been feeling, what I think, and they might do some blood work and testing and stuff like that. And then if my blood work doesn't show anything, then I'm kind of just like SOL. Alrighty. Hour and a half later and I'm done. So the doctor and we basically just went over. I didn't have time to make my coffee this morning, so I'm stopping by Starbucks before my next appointment. We basically just went over all the basic stuff, allergies, history, all that crap. Because it was like a new patient visit, basically. But we talked about my anxiety and depression and how that's been, and she is referring me for therapy and then also upping my Zoloft again because it doesn't seem to be doing anything. She mentioned like doubling up and doing two different medicines for it, but what's this? Like Zoloft's like the only one that's safe while breastfeeding, so that isn't actually an option, so we just increased my Zoloft. And then I mentioned my concerns about thyroid, and she thought that she saw that my thyroid had been checked recently, but it wasn't. It hasn't been checked. At least not that anyone knows of. Not that anything that's in my chart. And then, yeah, so she put it in order for blood work to check my thyroid. And then also she wanted to check some like vitamins and stuff as well, like vitamin D and B12 and stuff, because they say that that can kind of contribute to depression and stuff. So she was trying to check those levels as well. So I went and got blood work, which the lady had to stick me 3 times. My veins never want to cooperate, which today I haven't had much water yet because it's so early. I didn't have time to like be drinking a bunch of water, so I'm sure that didn't help. But in the past, even when I had drank a lot of water, it still like they still had trouble. So, but yeah, she stuck me in my left hand, or she kept checking my veins first. She couldn't find any in either arm, so she went for my hand. So she went in my left hand, stuck it in, wiggled it around in there, tried to get it, and like it would barely come out, and I think she blew that one. So then she was like, I'm gonna try your arm again. So she tried my right arm, and she felt around, she put the needle in, she wiggled it around, she's like, I'm in your vein, like the needle is in your vein, it's just not coming out. Like literally nothing came out of that one. This one, a little bit came out, it just was very slow and like whatever. But the one in my arm, nothing at all came out. She's like, I'm in there and it's not working. So then she was like, I'm gonna try one more time. So she went in my right hand and she put it in there, she wiggled it around a bit, and it finally worked, and she was able to get what she needed. I don't know why my veins are so damn difficult. But I have an hour to kill. I don't really want to go back home because that's like going out of the way to come back to this general area, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. Probably just sit in the car and read for a little bit until it's time. He is letting out a mean shit back there, so hopefully it doesn't blow out in his seat. Starbucks line is long in a college-y area, so I always feel so weird driving through college towns, especially in Ohio, because they were like everywhere where we lived. But it makes me feel so weird because like I'm driving through these college towns and I see all these kids walking to class, and it's like I look at them and I think like I am like the same age as most of you, and here you are walking to college classes right now, and here I am driving past with my 3 kids that I sit at home with all the time. I mean, technically I'm in college too, but mine's all online. And it just makes me feel so weird how we're like the same age and on completely different paths in life. Because I just drive past and I'm like, what if that was me? I would say that could have been me, but also probably wouldn't have been, because I lost interest in going to college a long time ago. At least in-person college, because I hated going to school. I don't mind doing schoolwork, but I hate going to school. So online it is.
Welcome to Starbucks on Bowl Street. My name's Deja. What can I do for you today?
Hi, I have a mobile order for Sandra.
Sandra, you said?
Yes.
Alright, let me go check on that real quick for you. Alright, is it an iced coffee with vanilla cold foam?
Yes.
It'll be ready at the window.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My hair was a little too crazy this morning because it was just like old curls from the other day, so like they needed to be freshened up and stuff, but I didn't have time to do all that, so I just threw it into a French braid, which I'm still learning the art of French braids, so it doesn't look the best, but it was all I had time to do because I didn't have time to wash and dry my hair, and I didn't have time to freshen the curls either. So what, mister? Christopher's grandma offered to take me out to dinner, take us out to dinner for my birthday, so we're supposed to do that this evening after I get the girls back too. I don't know if I said that already or not, but I picked Sumo because it's the longest since I've had that. I have like a list of my favorite restaurants. Like I have my top restaurant for like all of the like types of food that I like. And it's always hard for me to choose what I want because I like them all so much, but it kind of just depends on what kind of food I'm in the mood for. So a lot of the time I just go off of how long it's been since I've had each thing. Like it's usually my favorites are either San Jose if I want Mexican, Texas Roadhouse if I want steak, Olive Garden if I want Italian, or Sumo if I want Asian food. Also, apparently the bathroom scale that I just got us is 4 pounds off. So when I got on the scale at the doctor's, I was 4 pounds heavier than I thought I was, and like did away with all the progress I thought I was making. I was like, Thank you.
Thank you.
I never did mobile orders before because I kind of always assumed that if you did a mobile order you had to go inside, and I could never go inside, so I've always just like ordered like normal. But now that I know that you can do it in the drive-thru, so much easier. I would say so much faster, but that depends on the line. I'm back home for like 40 minutes. Excuse the brows, I just got them done. So they're gonna look a little crazy for a few days. I ran by Sally's to pick some stuff up, and yeah, Jace has been a grumpy butt today. So we got 40 minutes. I'm gonna go redo my hair because these braids drive me insane now that I have some time. And then we gotta go to Jace's appointment in a little bit. Squirt bottle thingy. I got some hair dye in 6MB because I figured since I can't go get my hair done for a minute that I can at least like do an all over color for now just to freshen it up. That way also when I do finally get to get my hair done, they don't have to put this color in and they can just do the highlights, because the original plan was to add this color, do highlights and add this color everywhere else. But if I do this color now, it'll look better for the time being, and then it'll be less work later to do the highlights. And lastly, I got this Eva NYC therapy session hair mask because I've been seeing their brand a lot lately. I've got their primer spray, which I love, and I hear good things about this brand, and I was in need of a new hair mask, so figured I'd grab it and try it out.
you charge for how much Tylenol or monthly?
Alright, so we finished at the pediatrician. And I'm a little, I guess I don't necessarily want to say salty about it, but I mean I'm kind of salty about it. But yeah, basically, I'm sorry the camera's so shaky. I used to have like a dash mount thingy, but it would never stick because the dash isn't smooth enough. So anyways, he was only 11 pounds 4 ounces, which means he's still not gaining weight very well, because 3 weeks ago he was 10 pounds 15 ounces, so he only gained like 5 ounces in 3 weeks, and he's falling way below his growth curve. His height is doing better. His height was the 18th percentile. His head's fine. His head was like in the 50 something percentile. His weight, he was only in the 1 percentile. So he's still not doing good weight-wise, still not gaining weight. And basically, like, I'm a little irritated because 3 weeks ago when I was at the doctor's office for the upper respiratory infection, I brought up his weight, and she was like, I don't want to discuss that today, we'll discuss that when he comes in for his 4-month checkup. But had we discussed it 3 weeks ago when I was already there, we already could have implemented something to start helping his weight gain improve. Like, I could have been doing something this whole time, but I just sat around doing nothing for 3 weeks because I wasn't told to do anything. Like, you didn't discuss his weight with me, and now 3 weeks later it's a problem, and he fell way below his curve. Like, before he was just a little bit below his curve, now he's like getting further away from it. Like, he's gaining, but he's not gaining fast enough to catch up to his growth curve, which he's already like, he was already on one of the lower growth curves because he was small. So he was on the lowest growth curve, and now he's not even on that curve at all. But basically, I was telling her, I was like, I kind of feel like he might have acid reflux because of how he acts after he eats, and this is just similar stuff that I dealt with Ashlyn. Ashlyn had a lot of trouble. Why are you going so slow? Ashlyn had a lot of trouble with weight gain when she was a baby, and she was constantly having to go for weight checks, and she was in a low percentile and all this other stuff. And the pediatrician that I had then ended up prescribing her Pepsid, which is like an antacid, and she started doing better. But today, whenever I was explaining to this doctor how, you know, sometimes I felt like he might struggle with the same kind of thing, she goes, well, does he spit up a lot? And I was like, no, not really. And she's like, basically, well, if he's not spitting up, then he can't have acid reflux. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not true. Because Ashlyn didn't really spit up, but she still was on Pepsid and needed that help for her weight gain. So, because, like, he seems like he gets enough. Like, I don't think it's a supply issue. I think he gets enough. I just think his body's not doing what it should with it for him to be gaining, if that makes sense. So, and like I told her, I was like, I don't want to be, like, giving him extra milk and be overfeeding him, trying to overcompensate, if that's not actually the problem, and if it's just his body's not absorbing it right. Adding more milk isn't going to help if his body's not absorbing it the way it should. So basically what she's telling me to do is to also pump and to add Neosure to the pump milk. It's just like to add calories to my milk for him, so that he's getting more calories, and hoping that that would help him gain more weight. And she just said to do that, and then they'll check it again at his 6-month appointment and see if that helps or whatever. But I don't think it's an amount problem. I think it's a like absorption problem, that makes sense. So I'm kind of like, I don't even know what. I don't know. I mean, I know I'm not a doctor, but I just feel like I'm not happy with what I was told to do for his weight today. And I don't know if I said this earlier or not, but my blood work all came back from my appointment this morning, and it all was in the normal range, so. And I got a call from the therapist referral, which I couldn't answer because I was at the doctor's office. So they just went ahead and scheduled an appointment for me, so I was like, okay, that's cool. So they scheduled me for the beginning of June. However, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to go to a regular appointment, because when I did therapy in the past, I always had to do virtual because of COVID and stuff. So I don't know how it's going to work if I'm having to go in person, because I'm not always going to be able to have someone to take the girls whenever I have to do these kinds of things. So getting to see when I'm going to be able to pick up my prescription, because last I saw, I got a text saying that they needed approval from my doctor and to call them for more information. But like, why would you need approval from my doctor when my doctor's the one that sent it in? So yeah, it's almost 4 o'clock. I'm heading to my mom's now to get the girls, and I'm supposed to meet Great at the restaurant at 5, so I don't have as much time as I thought I would. His appointment took a bit longer. Poor mister had to have 3 shots today, so that's not fun. I really did think that he was doing better weight-wise and like growth-wise. Like, he just seemed bigger to me. Like, he seemed longer, which, to be fair, his height was better today. Like, he seems to be catching up a little bit more height-wise. But, like, I really felt like he was gaining better, because he just felt like, he feels so much heavier all of a sudden. Like, he felt way more than just 5 ounces different. So, I didn't necessarily expect to be told that he's still having all these weight gain issues, and that it got worse. I thought it would have been a little bit better, but no, it got worse. So, it's so weird. Like, London was a chunky baby. London was like from 2 to 3 months onward. What the heck is that? My windshield's just like randomly getting sprayed, but the sky is completely clear. I just got random sprays in my windshield. Anyways, London from probably 2-3 months onward was always in like the 80th and 90th percentile. So London was a chunker. But then Ashlyn and Jace, for some reason, just don't seem to gain weight the way they should. And I've done the same things with all of them. They've all been exclusively breastfed, so I don't understand what it was, how London did so much better weight-wise than those two.
Are you ready? There we go.
Obviously back home now, and I don't know what it is about Sumo recently, which is a hibachi place if you don't know. Last time we were there was for Christopher's birthday in August when I was pregnant with him, and halfway through that dinner I got like really sick and had to run to the bathroom and threw up everywhere and felt like crap the whole time. I was like, I figured it was because of pregnancy. But then today, when I went for my dinner, before I even got to the real food, I started feeling sick and was nauseous the whole time and could barely eat. So I don't know what's causing that, but it's fun. Hopefully I can at least enjoy my leftovers. Why is your butt wet? And then Momma gave me some onesies for Jace.
Mom, can we have a movie night?
Not tonight.
Why?
Because Mommy's tired. I've been up all day and I had to do a lot. So you got this one,
When can I
crib
have a piece of your cake,
potato.
Mom?
In a minute.
Can I have a big slice?
This one.
Can I have a big slice?
No,
Why?
we already had ice cream. You want a piece of me? And then you got this little stripy one.
No, do you still have to blow this candle?
No. Let's talk about
Taco.
Let's talk about dinner.
Taco.
Hashtag me want
Taco.
tacos.
Taco.
funny.
Taco.
And this cute little taco one.
A pizza one. A
And then
pizza
this
one.
little
Pizza
striped
one. And there's
one.
a pizza and fries
And
one.
then this one says last name hungry, first name always. So some cute little 3 to 6 month onesies for him, which is nice because he doesn't really have anything in that size. I wonder if these would fit him well now because he doesn't have any onesies like this now either. All he has really in this size either is pajamas and winter stuff. No, because you'll drop it. Say it's your first time at a hibachi and you slept almost the whole time in the wrap, so you didn't even see the fire. Huh.
Did the baby see the fire?
Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love.